Alright, what's going on? Everybody's been talking about this transcript from the Ukraine call. Here is from let me show you whitehouse.gov. Unclassified, declassified by order of the President, September 24th, 2019. Subject: conversation with President Zelensky of Ukraine. Participants: President Zelensky of Ukraine. Note takers: the White House Situation Room. July 5th, 2019, 9:03 to 9:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at the residence, which would be the White House. Trump: congratulations on a great victory. We're all watched from the United States, and you did a terrific job. The way that you came from behind somebody who hasn't given much of a chance, and you ended up winning easily. It's a fantastic achievement. Congratulations. President Zelensky: you're absolutely right, Mr. President. You're absolutely right, Mr. President. We did win big and we worked hard for this. We worked a lot, but I would like to confess that I had an opportunity to learn from you. We used quite a few of your skills and knowledge and were able to use it as an example for our elections. And yes, it's true that these were unique elections and we're in a unique situation that we were able to. Next page. Achieve a unique success. I'm able to tell you the following. The first time you called me to congratulate me when I won my presidential election in the second term, you are now calling me when my party won the primary election. I think I should run more often so you can call me more often and we can talk over the phone more often. President Trump: laughter. That's a very good idea. I think your country is very happy about that. Well, yes, to tell you the truth, we were trying to work hard because we wanted to drain the swamp here in our country too. We brought in many new people, not old politicians, not the typical politicians, because we won't have a new format, a new type of government. You're a great teacher for all of us, and in that, President Trump. Well, it's very nice of you to say that. I will say that we do a lot for Ukraine. We spend a lot of effort and a lot of time, much more time than European countries are doing, and they should be helping and doing more than they are. Germany does almost nothing for you. All they do is talk, and I think that's something that you should really ask them about. When I was speaking with Angela Merkel, she talks Ukraine, but she doesn't do anything. A lot of European countries are the same way. I think it's something that you want to look at, but the United States has been very, very good to Ukraine. I wouldn't say that it's very reciprocal necessarily, because things are happening that are not good, but the United States has been very good to Ukraine. Now, President Zelensky: yes, you're absolutely right. Not only 100%, but actually 1,000%. I can tell you the following. I did talk to Angela Merkel. I did meet with her. I also met and talked with Macron, and I told them that they are not doing quite as much as they need to be doing on the issue with the sanctions. They are not enforcing the sanctions. They are not working as much as they should to work for Ukraine. It turns out that even though logically the European Union should be our biggest partner, but technically the United States is a much bigger partner than the European Union. And I'm very grateful to you for that, because the United States is doing quite a lot for Ukraine, much more than the European Union, especially when we're talking sanctions. When we're talking about sanctions against the Russian Federation. I would also like to thank you for your great support in the area of defense. We are ready to continue to cooperate for the next steps. Specifically, we're almost ready to buy more javelins from the United States for defense purposes. Page 3, classified, unclassified. President Trump. I would like you to do us a favor, though, because our country has been through a lot and Ukraine knows a lot about it. I would like you to find out what happened with the whole situation with Ukraine. They say crowd strike. I guess you have one of your wealthy people, the server, they say. Ukraine has it. There are a lot of things that went on with the whole situation. I think you're surrounding yourself with some of the same people. I would like to have the Attorney General call you or your people, and I would like to get to the bottom of it. As you saw yesterday, the whole nonsense ended with a very poor performance by a man named Robert Mueller, an incompetent performance. What they say, a lot of it started with Ukraine. Whatever you can do, it's very important that you do it, if that's possible. President Zelensky. Yes, it is very important for me, and everything that you just mentioned earlier, for me as a president, is very important, and we are open for any further cooperation. We're ready to open a new page on cooperation in the relations between the United States and Ukraine. For that purpose, I just recalled our ambassador from the United States, and he will be replaced with a very competent and very experienced ambassador who will work hard to make sure that our two nations are getting closer. I would also like and hope to see him having your trust and your confidence. And have personal relationships with you so we can cooperate even more. I will personally tell you that one of my assistants spoke with Mr. Giuliani just recently, and we're hoping very much that Mr. Giuliani will be able to travel to Ukraine and we'll meet once he comes to Ukraine. I just wanted to assure you once again that you have nobody but friends around here. I will make sure that I surround myself with the best and most experienced people. I also wanted to tell you that we're friends. We're great friends, and you, Mr. President, have friends in our country, so we can continue our strategic partnership. I also plan to surround myself with great people. And in addition to that investigation, I can guarantee that the President of Ukraine that all investigations will be done openly and candidly. That I can assure you. President Trump. Good, because I heard you had a prosecutor who was very good and who was shut down, and that's really unfair. A lot of people are talking about that. The way they shut your very good prosecutor down, and you had some very bad people involved. Mr. Giuliani is a highly respected man and was the mayor of New York City, a great mayor. I would like him to meet, page 4, meet and call you. I will ask him to call you along with the Attorney General. Rudy very much knows what is happening and he is a very capable guy. If you can speak with him, that would be great. The former ambassador from the United States, the woman was bad news, and the people she was dealing with in Ukraine were bad news. So I just want to let you know that. The other thing, there's a lot of talk about Biden's son, that Biden stopped the prosecution, and a lot of people want to find out about that. So Whatever you can do with the Attorney General would be great. Biden went around bragging that he stopped the prosecution. We all heard him say it. So if you can look into that, it sounds horrible to me. President Zelensky. I wanted to tell you about the prosecutor. First of all, I understand that I am very knowledgeable about the situation. Since we have won the absolute majority in our parliament, the next prosecutor general will be 100% my person, my candidate, who will be approved by parliament and will start as a new prosecutor in September. He or she will look into the situation, specifically to the company that you mentioned in this issue. The issue of the investigation of the case is actually the issue to make sure to restore the honesty, so that we will take care of that and will work to the investigation of the case. On top of that, I would kindly ask if you have any additional information you can provide to us. It would be very helpful for the investigation. Make sure that we administer justice in our own country with regard to the ambassador to the United States from Ukraine. As far as I recall, her name is Ivanovic. It was great that you were the first one who told me her attitude told me that she was a bad ambassador, because I agree with you 100%. Her attitude towards me was far from the best, as she admired the previous president and was on his side. She would not accept me as a new president well enough. President Trump. Well, she's going to go through some things. I will have Mr. Giuliani give you a call, and I'm also going to have Attorney General Barr call, and he will get to the bottom of it. I'm sure you will figure it out. I heard the prosecutors were treated very badly, and we were very fair, and he was a very fair prosecutor, so good luck with everything. Your economy is going to get better and better, I predict. You have a lot of assets in a great country. I have many Ukrainian friends there. They are incredible people. President Zelensky. I would like to tell you that I also have quite a few Ukrainian friends that live in the United States. Actually, last time I traveled to the United States, I stayed in New York near Central Park and stayed at the Trump, page 5, classified, unclassified, stayed at the Trump Tower. I will talk to them, and I hope to see them again in the future. I also wanted to thank you for your invitation to visit the United States, specifically Washington, D.C. On the other hand, I also want to ensure you that we will be very serious about the case and will work on the investigation. As to the economy, there is much potential for our two countries, and one of the issues that is very important for Ukraine is energy independence. I believe we can be very successful in cooperating on energy independence with the United States. We're already working on cooperation. We are buying American oil, but I am very hopeful for a future meeting. We will have more time and more opportunities to discuss these opportunities and go and get to know each other better. I would like to thank you very much for your support. President Trump. Good. Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate that. I will tell you, Rudy and Attorney General Barr to call. Thank you. Whenever you would like to come to the White House, feel free to call. Give us a date, and we'll work that out. I look forward to seeing you. President Zelensky. Thank you very much. I would be very happy to come, and I would be happy to meet with you personally and get to know you better. I'm looking forward to our meeting, and I also would like to invite you to visit Ukraine and come to the city of Kyiv, which is a beautiful city. We have a beautiful country which would welcome you. On the other hand, I believe that on September 1st we will both be in Poland and we can meet in Poland hopefully. After that, it might be a very good idea for you to travel to Ukraine. We can either take my plane to go to Ukraine or we can take your plane, which is probably much better than mine. President Trump. Okay, we can work on that. I look forward to seeing you in Washington and maybe in Poland because I think we're going to be there at the same time. And Zelensky already told you that. Zelensky, thank you very much, Mr. President. President Trump, congratulations on the fantastic job you've done. The whole world is watching. I'm not sure it's so much of an upset, but congratulations. And President Zelensky, thank you, Mr. President. Bye bye. End of conversation. As far as I've seen, my opinion on it, there was no talk of any kind of aid, any kind of holding of any aid, any kind of he did ask to look into the 2016 elections, and that was a campaign promise that he would get to the bottom of what happened in 2016, and admitted there has been lots of tampering, and he did ask about the server, but a lot of the I'm going to tell you this 7 times, you're going to give me dirt on my opponent. I don't see that, and I don't see any promise or withholding of federal military funds, in my opinion. But that is the letter. As you can see, there's the address. You can just Google it, but it's whitehouse.gov. This isn't Snoops or that crappy fact checker. So there it is. In my opinion, there's nothing remarkable about this conversation, and we're spending a lot of tax money on it. And it seems like they just had a very pleasant, butt-kissing conversation. They congratulated and thanked each other, and happy conversation. I didn't see any, if you don't do this, you're not going to get that. That's a quid pro quo. Like, if he had said, if you don't give me information, I'm not giving you military funds, that would be a quid pro quo. I didn't see that in here anywhere. So let me know what your thoughts are. There it is. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Thank you, Mr. President. Bye-bye.